All right, guys. Is there anybody that can hear me? If so, could you put it in the question or comment box and hit send? And let me know. A few of you are here early. It was actually 8:15 for the start time of the webinar. Sorry about that. So you can hang out with me though if you're here early and if you can hear me. So let me know so we can get these issues ironed out right now. Awesome. Okay, great. Is there an echo? Are you guys hearing an echo or is that just me? If it's just me, then I just need to turn my speakers off. Okay, so I'll turn my speakers off. And that should fix that echo. So let me know if that fixed the echo, guys. And then that should be the only tech glitch that we need to work out, amazingly enough, because I'm using a combination of a webinar platform with YouTube Live, so for the best possible experience for you guys. So is there no echo? Now is the echo gone? Somebody just let me know. And we'll get started here. We'll start a little bit of banter here, a little bit of a pregame show before we get started at 8:15. And excuse me. You got any questions or anything? You guys here early, I'll try to reward you for coming early by asking any questions here before we start. And then once we start, you know, everybody will have to kind of wait till the Q&A session towards the end. And so if you have a question, just let me know, and we'll get talking here crypto here for the pregame show. About 10 minutes worth of pregame show starting right now. And the amazing thing that we're all witnessing right now is, of course, the boom in the cryptocurrency market. It's really been something I've been watching probably since late spring, early summer, and something I didn't get involved in until late summer, early fall. You know, I thought it might just, hey, this might be the bubble. I thought when Bitcoin hit 2,700 back in like February, I thought, okay, this is it. And then of course, you know, you went to $5,000 and so on and so forth. So I ended up finally getting involved in the summer. I put in about 2,500 bucks for the first time, and, you know, put a couple more chunks in there. And great, I fixed it. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate that. So I put about, you know, 2,500 bucks to start, and man, it's just been slowly accelerating, you know, the returns. And so I just kind of put a little bit more here and there, and it's about a total of about $8,000. And I actually just wired in another couple grand, so I'm up to about 10 grand now. But I actually just deployed that capital. So like in my emails, when I say I put in, you know, I started with 8K and turned it, you know, a couple days ago it was only like 30-something thousand. Now it's, you know, now it's close to 60 with Litecoin's move over the last few days. But pretty exciting stuff. Unquestionably, probably the most exciting thing I've done since I started trading straddle and strangle options on the Federal Reserve events. So but that's another thing. That's another whole trading tactic, right? So we're going to talk crypto tonight. Really, really exciting. Really getting a lot of people who are saying that, you know, hey, it's either going to go to the moon, or a lot of people saying it's time for, you know, it's time for a crash because of the you know, you hear about people getting second mortgages to buy Bitcoin, you know, so that kind of stuff is in play right now. That kind of, you know, back and forth as to what phase of the market we're in right now, you know. So I mean, who knows, right? You know, we could be really just on just getting on the runway right now, or, you know, we could be headed into a descent. So it's exciting either way. I mean, of course, the key here is that this is money you can afford to lose, right? So like the stories I hear about people taking second mortgages out, you know, canceling surgeries so they can buy Bitcoin, Litecoin. I mean, come on, that's crazy, right? So hopefully, if you're going to be on this webinar and you're serious about getting started with crypto, nobody's using bill money for surgery, you know, mortgaging their house, anything crazy like that. Okay, you don't need a whole lot of money to get started with this and see a pretty impressive return, anyways, if things keep going the way they have been. All right. So anybody, you guys have any coins that you own? I'm not an expert on every coin yet, but I do know of a good handful of them off the top of my head. So if you guys are in any coins and you want to let me know, just put it in the box and hit send. And if you want me to give you a shout out for your coin there, see what I think about it. Again, I don't know all the 1,400 plus coins, but I do have at least vague opinions on quite a few of them. My own personal opinions, not financial advice or anything like that. So we'll get to that disclaimer, of course. Okay, Gary says Litecoin. Hey, Gary. Me and you like two peas in a pod on that one, man. That's my biggest portion of my portfolio is Litecoin right now. So just crushing it with Litecoin. All right, just doing a couple little maintenance things here inside of my computer. And getting ready to get started here as we approach 8:15. So yeah, Litecoin has really been a lot of fun. I actually sold my Bitcoin, and I'll probably be redundant on a couple of these points during the webinar, but I actually sold my Bitcoin, I think probably about 10 days ago or something like that, like around 9,800, after it went up to 10,000, 11,400, and then, you know, seemed to lose steam. And so I thought, oh man, here it is, you know, this is it. It's going to go down to, you know, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 at least, and it just didn't. It kept going up. Only consolidated for like what, 48 hours maybe before it started making new highs. So I had to sit on the sidelines after holding Bitcoin for months and months and months, and watch it go from 10 to 19,000. So that was a little painful. But what I also realized is that although Litecoin had run up recently too, it hadn't run up in the fashion that Bitcoin had. So I figured that Litecoin was in for a run too, because it's a high quality coin. It's on, you know, the major exchanges, Coinbase and GDAX. And so I figured, well, this is one of the popular coins. It has a great name, you know, Litecoin. It's not one of these goofy sounding names. Like, let's face it, Ethereum's a good cryptocurrency, but it's kind of a goofy name. You know, Litecoin, people can, that just rolls off right off the tongue. You know, the general public, they're gonna love that. And man, you know, so I went ahead and scooped up some Litecoin. Actually, went in pretty heavy last Thursday, and that just happened to be the day. So basically, like 24 hours before the thing just lifted. I mean, it just lifted. You know, just left the previous trading range in the dust. And so, you know, it's done really well for me, and for the guys that are on my crypto trader service too. So Yeah, Litecoin is where it's at. Anybody else have a coin? Couple minutes to go, guys, and then we'll get started. I'm just kind of shooting the breeze with you guys that are here early. All right. See if I can read everybody's name here. Adam, Brian, Gary, Michael, Angelo, Craig, Dave, George, Joseph, Joe, Mike, Michael, Roberto, Steve, and Alan. A couple more. Can't read your names, but welcome. And it is 8:14. We got one more minute to go, and then we'll start. I'll try to start right on time for you guys. 8:15. And feel free to shoot me questions during, but I probably won't get to them until the question and answer section of the webinar towards the end. This won't be like a real long webinar, not like 2 hours. At least I don't think so. I'm thinking this will probably be around 45 minutes to an hour at the most. So unless you guys are just bombarding me with questions, unless I get excited, you know, I'm passionate about it, because sometimes I do when I'm talking about trading and making money in the markets, especially in a brand new market that we've never even traded before, right? Until now, or until recently. All right. Okay, let me just make sure that click here to download. All right, awesome. So it's working. Wow. Okay, cool. So this is a total new setup that I'm using for this webinar. So I'm just happy that I figured it out, honestly, and not looking like a fool, not having anything live for you right now. So with that said, guys, welcome, welcome, welcome tonight. I'm glad that you're here and excited about you being here tonight, but really excited about even the rest of them. I mean, a heck of a lot can happen the rest of December, but furthermore, all of next year and even beyond that, what can transpire in the crypto markets if we play them the right way. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do that. In my opinion, the best way to do that, and how I've done so far, and kind of generally speaking, the results that I've got. Not saying that those results are typical or that they'll be replicated in the near future, but they are my results and they're real, so I'll share them with you. And I'll share with you what I feel is going to happen here in the near midterm future, and maybe even some talk about the long term. Okay, so pretty exciting, pretty exciting. So not much background there for you guys. I have a picture I need to hang up, and you know, I just haven't hung it up. So anyways, honey-do list, right? So we'll probably be moving out of this house next year anyways. Between you and me, don't tell my wife I said that though. So we are going to go ahead and get started. Let me go ahead and switch this thing around so I can show you my screen. Oops, I don't want to show you that slide yet. All right, so let me share my old screen here. Okay. And all right, boom, there we go. Okay. So what I want to do now is start going through the slides with you guys. And so let's get started. Okay, so crypto roadmap, not road mad. spelling there, Matt, right? So the crypto roadmap to riches for 2018 and beyond. I don't know if you guys saw this story. This is actually from back in June. So this kid is actually, if he's still holding Bitcoin, is a multi-millionaire now, right? And so, but let's go into the disclaimer. Cryptocurrencies are a largely unregulated class of risky investments, very risky. It has its pros and cons. Also, anything discussed on this webinar is not investment advice. You could lose your entire investment if you invest or trade in any cryptocurrency that I happen to be trading in or that I even mentioned. So bottom line, guys, is that this is for entertainment purposes only. Okay, fair enough? Okay. All right, guys. So starting off, I mean, the stories are everywhere, right? They're fun to read. I like reading them. The media likes publishing them because people click on them, and you know. So, but I like reading little things like this. You know, just ordinary dudes that that bought Bitcoin back in the early days. That that suffered through the huge crashes and the long periods where it seemed like no one would ever care again about Bitcoin. I wish I could say I was one of them, but I'm not. I just got into it this year, but it's still cool to see, just regular people that took a chance on Bitcoin a few years ago, just really being rewarded. This is a little bit old, but this chart kind of tells a story. Back in 2013, even it was $100, and then had that huge run to 1,000, and came back down, went back up to 4,500 in the summertime, and of course, now it hit almost $20,000 just a few days ago. So you have here some of the other cryptocurrencies, because everybody knows about Bitcoin, and a lot of people are starting to learn about Litecoin in particular, and I'll talk about more of that, more about Litecoin here in a second. But there's one called Neo, and I actually have some Neo for full disclosure. But there's a whole list of these other cryptocurrencies on this chart, and just from January 1st of this year to August 19th, you can see these percentage gains. Those are pretty amazing, right? So Neo, if you had got in on January 1st, you'd be up 25,000%. You do the math on what $500 or 1,000 would turn into if it goes up 25,000%, right? Stratus, Bitcoin Plus, Digibyte, the list goes on and on. Okay. So again, I'm not going to be real long-winded. You guys get the point. You're on this webinar because you know what the potential here. I'm just kind of reiterating just a little bit. So the goal of this webinar is to give you a bird's eye view of the entire cryptocurrency phenomena and to pinpoint what stage it is at now and whether there is still opportunity for you and I to attain gains. All right. And if there is still room to run, hint, hint, there is, a quick rundown of how to get in the game quickly. All right? All right. Awesome. Okay, so firstly, the bird's eye view. Let me go ahead and open up I gotta open up an app real quick. Come on. All right, so I'm opening up my app that's gonna let me draw on the screen a little bit to make this a little more lively for you guys. Not that I'm not a lively presenter here, but this will help me a little bit catch your attention. So bird's eye view. So first thing you want to do is you want to go to a site when you're done with this webinar. You can do it right now, even in a new tab. And you want to go to this site called coinmarketcap.com. What it's going to do is it's going to give you a nice, pretty long list of cryptocurrencies that are ranked in order of market cap. So what if I don't think there would be too many people that would guess wrong if I asked you what you think the biggest coin by market cap is, right? Obviously, Bitcoin, duh, right? So we all know that. But you're also going to see a ton of other coins that I bet you've probably never heard of if you're just getting your feet wet into cryptos. Some coins that have some really good potential. So it won't do a good job of explaining everything that those coins are about, and you'll be lost in the sauce as far as going out and trying to research every coin on your own. But you can do a little bit of that if you want to spend some time doing it. It's fun. But it does give you a quick rundown of the cryptocurrency markets as a whole, and also individual coins, their market cap, what they're doing, their percentage gain or loss on the day, etc., etc. Okay. So that's number one. The second thing you want to do, I'm just telling you this stuff because this is what I would do if say for example, my brother called me and said, hey, I want to get into cryptocurrency. I would tell him to do every one of these things on his own to get in the game, right? So, you can do it with my help. I'll tell you more about that at the end of the webinar. But this is me, from one friend to another friend explaining to you how to get in the game, right? Even if you didn't want to use any of my help beyond this webinar, okay? So second thing is you go to YouTube and you just search for cryptocurrencies, all right? There's a lot of good YouTube guys on cryptos that some of them do videos almost every day. I mean, they're really smart guys. They're really good. Some of them not necessarily, the most entertaining, but that you're not in it for the entertainment, right? You're in it for the knowledge and because you're going to become a crypto junkie. You just don't know it yet. So only half kidding there. And so you'll go to YouTube and search for crypto. Just a quick pointer. There's one guy. He's really good. He's called Crypto Bobby. He doesn't know that I'm plugging him, but he's really good. So I would recommend that you look up Crypto Bobby and a bunch of other ones. There are some shady characters on there, some yahoos too, but you guys will be able to sort those out for yourselves. But there's a ton of good information on YouTube for cryptocurrency trading and investing. Okay, so check that out. That's a free resource at your fingertips. Now, as far as staying up to date on all the stories, so every day, almost every hour, there is a new story that relates to cryptocurrencies that that you might want to know about. Of course, you're not going to stay up to date on all of them. We got to live our lives. But once a day or once every 2 days, you should be checking out what the top stories are for the cryptocurrency market. And I'm going to give you a way to shortcut that here in a second. But one of the great sites is Coindesk.com, and there's actually another one that's really good. It's called Cointelegraph.com. So I'm just going to put CT right here. So Cointelegraph.com. Okay. So if you go ahead and go to Cointelegraph.com, you'll read some really good articles there. But the thing I like about Cointelegraph.com is that you can or you get to read the articles, but they do these cool little illustrations, like little cartoons, and they make it kind of fun to read the articles. So maybe that's just me. But check it out for yourself, see what you think. So Coindesk.com and Cointelegraph.com, right? So the fourth thing is Blockfolio. So if you have a smartphone, which in 2017, if you're into financial markets and technology, odds are you probably have a smartphone. Probably 90% of you at least have a smartphone. I hope you do. And if you do, I want you to get the Blockfolio app. It's free. So what this is going to do is going to be a great way for you to trade or track all your trades, all your gains and losses inside of that app. Because unfortunately, with the cryptocurrency market being as young as it is, the exchanges don't do a very good job of tracking your performance. I mean, of course, the dollar denomination is there. You can figure it out for yourself. Sometimes you just got to figure it out, look at what the Bitcoin price is, and crunch the numbers for yourself. But having it in a nice, neat, organized view, they don't do that for you. Okay, so you're going to want to use Blockfolio. Every time you buy a crypto, you're going to want to put in how many coins you bought at what price and enter that into your Blockfolio app. It's pretty self-explanatory, guys. The only disclaimer I'll give you is that sometimes the prices are a little bit out of whack, a little bit off. Like for right now, Ethereum's at 672, and so it's probably Blockfolio is probably saying that Ethereum's at like 659 or something. So a little bit of a discrepancy there. And then the second thing about Blockfolio is that it's very addicting. So the first thing when you wake up, you'll start to check your Blockfolio, which good or bad, I don't know. So I guess as long as you're not sitting there staring at it when you should be getting up and going to work, right? So anyways, it's pretty addicting to be able to check that, especially when we're in the middle of parabolic moves like we're in right now, which is a lot of fun. So, wow, there's 150 people here now. I can only fit 150. That's pretty cool. Well, I guess if you're in here, you're in here. I guess there's a lot of people that couldn't get in. So anyways, so Blockfolio is the fourth thing. You want to download that to your smartphone, okay? And then after you do those 4 things, so after you do these 4 things, you're going to be someone who has at least a basic knowledge. Whoa. Try that again. After you do these first 4 things, you're going to have the basic knowledge that you need to have or should have to become a crypto investor or trader. All right? Then after that, step two is going to be down here. So it's going to be Coinbase /GDEX. So what the heck is that? Well, Coinbase is basically the entryway for the masses to get involved in crypto. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't say that in a derogatory way. So you're going to want to get started with Coinbase. They're going to want to verify your identification. I don't know exactly what they're doing right now. It's been so long since I opened up my Coinbase account. I don't remember. But you want to do that. They want you to jump through a hoop. Just say how high. Okay, just do it. They want you to scan of your driver's license, and you send them the scan. Just do it. All right. Do what you need to do to get in the game. Get off the sidelines. All right. The other one is GDAX. So GDAX is a sister site of Coinbase. So what GDAX is essentially is more like a high, I don't want to say high speed trading. That doesn't sound right. It's basically a more efficient platform, right? So, you have to understand what a market order or limit order is, which I'm thinking probably most of you do, because most of you have been with me at least for some period of time and know that I'm into stocks and options. So if you're into stocks and options, you know what the difference between a market order and a limit order is, stuff like that. So it's pretty basic though, but it's a little more involved than Coinbase. But the good thing about GDAX is that you can trade for little to no fees, right? So say for example, you put not that long ago I placed a trade on Coinbase and I paid I think $40 when I sold my Bitcoin at 9,800. I paid $40, which okay, did the job, got me out when I wanted to get out. But I did a similar trade in Litecoin, or no, Ethereum recently, actually today, and I only paid like I think $21. So I can't give you an exact breakdown, but I do know it's cheaper on GDAX, okay? So start off on Coinbase, but eventually you're going to want to migrate to GDAX. Start off on Coinbase, but eventually you're going to want to go to GDAX, okay? And then we need to move on to these two down here. So there's one thing I left out about Coinbase and GDAX, and that is the fact that you can only buy 3 coins right now on these two sites, okay? So you can only buy 3 coins, okay? Those coins are BTC, ETH, and Litecoin, LTC. All right, so the bummer thing about that is there's a lot of other good coins that you can buy, but you can't buy them there. So that's when you need to go to Poloniex and Bittrex. Actually, just forget about Poloniex. Just use Bittrex, okay? And just make sure everything's okay here. All right, guys, so I just wanted to get caught up on my questions here. So I'm seeing your questions come in. I just can't answer them right now. All right. So okay, so it's actually not showing my my red marker, I guess. Whatever. So you're going to want to forget about Poloniex. You're just going to want to focus on Bittrex. Okay, so you want to get a Bittrex account. So what's going to happen is you're going to send your money, or your Bitcoin, sorry. You're going to send your Bitcoin from Coinbase or GDAX to Bittrex. Okay, so the reason being is that Bittrex allows you to buy coins like that one I told you about a minute ago, Neo, that you can't buy on Coinbase. But here's the thing. You cannot fund your Bittrex account with money. It has to be with Bitcoin. The only crypto site that you can fund with actual money, fiat money, like the dollar or the euro, is Coinbase or GDEX. So you see how that works. You kind of have to go, okay, from money to get started. It goes first to your bank account, from your bank account to Coinbase, from your Coinbase or GDEX to Bittrex. If you want to buy coins other than Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, which you're going to want to do eventually. All right. I know right now the kind of the big three are what everybody's focused on, but the other coins are going to start moving here soon too. All right. So let me move to the next slide and keep on hammering on here. So number 8 is, kind of dovetailing in what I was just talking about. So the established coins are the ones that you are going to want to be buying on Coinbase and GDAX, and then the other ones are newer coins. They're also called altcoins. Okay, so when you start buying altcoins, you're going to see that they have the potential to. I know Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin are doing good too, but I mean these things can really, really go to the moon. We're talking sometimes 100x your money. It's happening. It's been happening. And it will continue to happen, in my opinion, in some of these. So, the established coins are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, mainly because the main portal for cryptocurrency traders, which is Coinbase and GDAX, that's the only 3 coins you can buy on there for the time being. I've heard rumors in 2018 they're going to add more coins. I truly hope so, because it's a great platform to use and real easy to use. But for right now, you can only buy the established coins. So the altcoins are going to be the ones that you buy on Bittrex. Okay, so I don't know. I have Popcoin on here. That is a really crappy coin, so I'll just erase that. So these are a couple right here. A couple of the altcoins I like, and then I have several more that are in my portfolio and that I've alerted to my crypto trader members. Right, and then number 10 is the ICOs. These, you guys may have read about the ICOs. Some of these are doing really well. Most of them are really, really shady though. So you really got to be careful there. I'll be getting into those in the near future, but for right now, I'm making a ton of money and not even messing with them. So why even bother, right? So let's go into strategy for trading then. So just to recap real quick, CoinMarketCap, YouTube, CoinDesk Portfolio is going to get you that education that you need, right? Number 5, Coinbase GDAX to get in the game, get your Bitcoin, Ethereum and Litecoin, and then you can send some Bitcoin to Bittrex to start buying other coins like these, Steam, Neo, and Ubic if you want those. Okay, so moving right along. So a strategy for trading. This is one of the things that these crypto traders, quote unquote, a lot of these guys that are really cashing in. I shouldn't say cashing in because a lot of them aren't selling any. But they're not even, I'm not saying this in a derogatory way, but they have never traded anything else in their life. Excuse me. So I think, to me, that gives us an advantage, right? So let me not get ahead of myself, though. So my strategy, when I can identify an event, you can't always, sometimes just based on the chart and just on momentum. But when I can identify a forward-looking event, so say, for example, if I found out a coin is going to be listed on Coinbase, do you know how huge that is? So if I can only buy a coin on Bittrex right now, and then rumors start swirling, and word gets out that it's going to be listed on Coinbase, say on January 1, that thing is going to go to, that thing is just going to, I know it sounds almost like a pump and dump, right? Like penny stock style, but it is what it is, The more people that have an awareness of a coin, that's what's been happening with Litecoin lately, is that it's starting to almost get on par with, rolling off the tongue like Bitcoin does, Litecoin. So I know it's not as nearly as popular yet, but if it keeps surging in popularity, people are going to keep buying it. It keeps going up. The word is getting out as we speak, right? So, anyways, not to get ahead of myself, but the more the more any coin that is listed on Coinbase is going to instantly become massively popular and have a massive price jump, I can say with pretty good, I don't want to say certainty, but that's my opinion of what would happen. All right, so you look for those kind of events to anticipate them, and then you just sell half after you got 100% gains, and then you hodl the rest. Now, I know that's a typo, but it's actually kind of funny that crypto traders say hodl. I guess the story goes, one Bitcoin guy said, "Hey guys, I know Bitcoin's taken, but let's all he meant to say hold and hope it goes higher, but he actually spelled out hodl, so they kind of thought it was funny, and so that's what they all like a term of endearment, I guess, to reassure each other that they just need to hodl, and because everything's going to go higher. And so far, they've been right. So, so pretty funny there, in my opinion. So, as an example of the event anticipation tell, so you've got Neo here. It was actually called Ant Shares, which was pretty goofy earlier this year. So it rebranded back in early August. And it shot from, you can see here, about 10, 15 to $50 per coin. So you have to anticipate these events, and then it actually ran up. It wasn't a buy the rumor, sell the news. It was a buy the rumor, buy the news, actually, for at least a little while there, because it's just such a huge market. It's worldwide. This isn't like stocks, so where there's people sitting on the sidelines waiting to sell as soon as someone else buys. This hasn't got to that point yet. It's too new, all right, which is good news for you. So secondly, there is a crypto called Monero, which has actually done really well lately too. It got listed on a Korean exchange. So remember how I was talking about how like a lesser known coin might get listed on Coinbase? So instead of just being able to buy Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum, you could all of a sudden buy this other coin. Well, this XYZ coin. If that word got out, you're going to see one of these spikes on whatever coin or coins that will be in the near future. So that's what happened with Monero. Got listed on a Korean exchange, and the South Koreans love cryptocurrencies. So you can see what happened. It spiked when that event occurred from down here $50 to almost 200, right? And it's like almost 300 right now. So that's pretty much how it works. But a lot of it is just anticipating momentum and sector rotation. That's kind of what happened with Bitcoin, in my opinion, is that it had that big run, and then so traders would kind of look around saying, okay, Bitcoin went from 7,500 to 11,000, and dipped back, and then almost hit 20,000. So people were kind of looking around and saying, hey, Bitcoin's great and everything, but I can only afford to buy 0.08 Bitcoin. So people were looking around and say, hey, what can I buy next? It has a good chance of going up. And so they look in their Coinbase account, and there it is. Litecoin was only $99. So the thing shot up from there, and is over $300, I believe, still at this very moment. So I actually can't show you I was going to draw here. I just realized that my pen is not showing. So, but basically, I'll just explain it real quick. So the core is you're going to be your high quality coins like Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. That's kind of in the center. All right. So that's in the center, and then orbiting around that is your smaller positions of your altcoins, which a couple examples would be like Neo, and Steem, STEEM. Okay. So those, you have your smaller positions in those, but then you have your biggest positions in the big three: Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. Okay, so that's the way I've been doing it. It's been working well for me. All right, so moving right along. So the bottom line is that the type of gains that we want are recurring from pretty much all corners of the crypto market. It's mainly been Bitcoin in the last few months. Everything else has been lagging behind, Big Daddy Bitcoin. But I think, guys, that between you and me is that we have an advantage over these guys because, they're people that have never traded anything else before. And, the HODL concept and stuff like that is working out great. But like when it comes time to sell, they're going to have a real hard time selling because they just haven't learned the hard way yet. But I don't have to ask for a show of hands here. If you've been trading stocks, how many lessons you've had to learn the hard way? I mean, that just happened today, for crying out loud. I just saw, one of our stocks was doing really well this morning, had great news out, and then after the market, this stinking crooked CEO decided to, dilute the crap out of our shares. So, killed the entire run that it made during the day. And, the thing is, these crypto guys haven't experienced anything like that. They haven't become jaded yet. So I think basically if you have experience trading stocks, that you have an advantage over crypto traders who are just crypto traders. That's all that they've ever done. They just picked it up in the last 6 months, last year, last 2 years. Okay. So I think that's what gives us a huge advantage as stock traders, since we know how to look for the right tells, right? As far as, like you heard me say before, probably, the good poker player will go at the poker table and look for his opponents to be scratching their nose or, pulling on their earlobes as a sign that they may have a good or a bad hand. Then he bets accordingly, right? So they look for the tells. Same thing in trading overall and even crypto. So let me get specific here. So we have the basic ability to read a chart as crypto traders. As stock traders experience. We can also spot euphoria, greed, and despair easily, right? Many crypto traders, crypto-only traders, will have to learn those lessons the hard way, though, right? I think that makes pretty good sense. I think I'm making a pretty good case why, if you're on this webinar tonight and you have experience with stocks, that you pretty much have an advantage, even if you're saying, "Oh, man, I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't get in yet. I haven't gotten cryptos yet. I don't know what I'm going to do. I was just passed me by. I was busy with work or family or whatever." Okay, let not your heart be troubled. Okay, because you have skills that these crypto-only guys don't, and it's going to give you an advantage, even if you haven't gotten, even if you haven't put $1 in the Bitcoin or any other crypto yet. All right. So another question, are we in a bubble? Well, kinda. It's starting to blow up at least. But ask yourself this, how many people do you know that have started buying Bitcoin in person? I think this phenomenon is starting to play out a little bit now. Like I walked out of the gym a couple weeks ago and there's this dude on speakerphone talking to his buddy about crypto, which kind of freaked me out. But really, the bubble is just starting to be inflated, and who knows if it's really just a bubble or if it's something that's going to be, see widespread adoption, meaning people are going to actually use the dang things, right? It's not going to be a bubble like the tech bubble. Now that said, there's going to be a lot of these cryptos that don't make it. Just like, in the real world, there's a lot of businesses that don't make it. And so that's going to happen with cryptos, and that's why you stick with a good strategy of playing a lot of the established coins. And you can see there are no slugs as far as percentage gains. Litecoin went from 100 on Thursday to 400 this morning, 400 plus. So you can see that you don't have to buy these obscure cryptocurrencies to try to get these big percentage moves. So, but my point is that. Don't get freaked out by people saying we're in a bubble. You can go on Twitter and see all these people doing these sarcastic memes about everything, people mortgaging their house, and that's entertaining. But I think the danger there is that you get so cynical that you never ever even dip your toe into the market of cryptos and you miss out on a crap ton of money, right? Another thing is that, unlike maybe the tech bubble, the NASDAQ bubbles, that was just U.S. investors. This is worldwide. This is worldwide money pouring into these cryptos, okay? And that's simply unprecedented, okay? So don't let the bubble talk scare you out of getting in, okay? This is kind of a cool little chart that will hopefully explain everything. I think we're about right here right now, 500 billion. Market cap. So this is kind of like this dude, a lot smarter than I am, made this chart that kind of shows the linear logarithmic regression of Bitcoin prices over time. So, you know, and there's a spread that kind of shows you when it gets overbought, and, you know, probably a little bit overbought right now, but we're also seeing mainstream adoption. So the point being that, guys, you know, it's still following this uptrend, this curve up, right? So, hey, nobody knows when you know, the music's going to stop, the party's going to be over. But what do they say? The trend is your friend until when? The end, right? And we're not at the end yet. All right. You got the China crackdown. This happened a while back. So stuff like this will happen. It kind of scares people, and you'll see some volatility. But so far, the moral of the story is when you get panic selling, and that you buy. All right. So, you know, just, and there's going to be a U.S. crackdown too. To a certain extent, like the SEC just came out with a press release the other day. It might have been today. That was actually fairly, I guess that wasn't as harsh as people were expecting about ICOs in particular and about cryptocurrencies. So who knows? I mean, there could be something crazy happen, like like maybe the FBI raids Coinbase or something, says, hey, you know, what's going on here, you know? And that would be crazy. That would be a crazy day, for sure. But I mean, again, it would just follow the theme of different things that are happening that have only been temporary negatives for cryptocurrencies. Governments cannot stop it. It's a runaway train right now. All right. So where do we go from here? This is a game-changing technology. You know, this is worldwide. Like I just said, this is worldwide. That's why this is more powerful than the dot-com bubble. So where do we go from here? Well, we need to get involved. So I am involved, and I have some plans for the rest of this year and beyond, next year and beyond that. We'll see where we're at, I guess, this time next year. But for the time being, I don't see this slowing down. I'm just going to keep adding positions and trimming positions here and there as I make nice profits. And so I guess my question to you guys is now, after I've kind of, you know, taken some time to explain everything to you, is that would you like me to help you get set up to trade cryptos and get an alert every time I make a buy or a sell? So that's exactly what I've done. You know, like last week I alerted, you know, Litecoin at $99. 24 hours later, the thing was, you know, entering into orbit. I'm not claiming that every time after I send an alert it'll do that, but what I'm saying is that I have a pretty good understanding and a pretty good quote unquote gut when it comes to these trades, and that's paying off nicely for me and for people that are following my alerts that are part of my crypto trader service. That's what I want to talk to you about right now. And so basically, guys, you know the deal. You know what you want, right? You want to learn how to do it, and then once you get set up to make the trades, you want the buy and sell alerts, right? Because this is my job, but I know you probably have a regular job, quote unquote. You have responsibility. You can't sit around and stare at GDAX charts like I do almost all day and sometimes into the night, right? So basically, you're leveraging my work and my study for your gain, right? Via the crypto trader service. So for 1 year, guys, what I think I could do is realistically, if you're someone coming in with, you know, say a decent chunk of money, I think, you know, $29.97 for 1 year of the service would make sense. Again, like I said, you know, I've turned $8,000 into over 50 actually today. I know yesterday in the email it said that I turned in over 30, but things have changed for the better in the last 24 hours. So, you know, it turned in 8 grand into over 50, and I did actually plunk down another 2,500 that I just invested today. But you know, even minusing out that extra 2,500 that I put into cryptos, you know, so about 8 grand. I mean, turn that into 50 grand in about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, around 4 months. I mean, that's pretty good, right? So, you know, I think that's worth, you know, $3,000 for 1 year of those kind of trading alerts, right? But you guys know I'm someone that wants to give you guys the best possible value I possibly can without working for free. And so what I'm doing, guys, is I have opened it up to where you can get a full subscription to Crypto Trader Service for $19.90. Let me just fix something here. See what happens. I'm pushing a button. I want to see if it works. So bear with me. Pushing a button. I want to see if it works. Should be a button that's popping on your screen here in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No? Okay, so no button. Great. Splendid. All right, well, we'll work on that. Anyways, cryptotraderservice.com//crypto, and I'll take you to the order form. I've been sending you a bajillion emails about it anyways. You probably know the link by heart now, right? But you know what, guys? It's not going to be $19.97 for a year. It's not even going to be $14.97. Not $9.97. $4.97 for a 1-year membership to Crypto Trader Service. And actually, guys, you know, the cat's probably out in the bag by now. If you've been reading my emails, this is actually until the end of the year. This is actually for a lifetime membership. All right, so in the new year, this is going to be gone. I'm most likely going to raise the price significantly, and for people who want to buy memberships, it's only going to be for 1 year. So this is pretty much a no-brainer. I was gonna jack up the price a little bit for this because last time I had this offer open was in October. I was gonna jack up the price for this one, but I figured, hey, let me give these guys one last chance to get in for this lifetime membership for $4.97 before 2017 is up. And because I really want to get as many people into this as I possibly can. I want to hear the good feedback. I want the testimonials. I want to make friends, you know, virtual friends with you guys because. You know, you enjoy my service and stuff like that. So here it is, $4.97 for a lifetime membership. Oh, there's a button. Cool. Okay, it works. So you guys can click on that button, continue. It should take you to the checkout form. All right. And also as a bonus, I have a bonus training that's it's kind of like a quick start. It's a 20-minute video that's gonna get you you know, let you know everything you need to know without extra fluff and filler. So you watch it, you spend 20 minutes, and boom, you're ready to hit the ground running. All right? So let's go ahead and get to your questions then. Do I have any questions? I do. I have like 10 of them. All right, so the first question I got 25 minutes ago was from Brian. He says, what's your take on Litecoin right now? I think it's going to the moon. Screen is blurry. Hopefully that's not blurry anymore. Okay, let's see. I don't know what question you asked. Beach Tree Group. I'm sorry. How do I increase the size of the webinar? I'm not sure. All right. So which of the penny stock cryptos do you think are going to do big things, $2 and under? Well, there's quite a few of them out there. I'm trying to think off the top of my head under $2 though. Probably Civic, I would say, long term. Ticker is CDC, and they're a cryptocurrency that can help decentralize the identity theft problem. Pretty huge concept. It's a long shot, but if it gets traction, I mean, it's going to be huge. I think it's like 35 cents a coin right now. So Adam says, I'll have room on my credit card in a couple of days. Yeah, so this will still be open for a couple of days, Adam. Yeah, for sure. What did I put my 2,500 on? That I just recently wired in? Ethereum. Yeah, this is lifetime. I have made a couple in and out trades, but I'm pretty much fully invested right now. He says, somebody asked, do you flip most of your coins or hold? No, it's just too much of a raging bull market right now to try to be a flipper, I think. It's not a sideways market. It's going up, up, up. And of course, there's a 60-day pay for a self-guarantee, guys. If you haven't made at least $500 in profit, that covers your membership. You know, as long as you show me that you've actually made at least 3 trades recommended from the service, I will happily refund you. This way it's fair for me, though. I want to have a bunch of people that just, you know, are going to waste my time, that join with the full, you know, with no intention of not getting a refund, right? So I only want people who are serious, but I do have a pretty good, generous guarantee offer for you if you're one of those people that are serious. There's a few other ones that I haven't mentioned. I can't spill the beans on them all, but you'll see them in the members area if you join. Anybody else have any questions? Let's see here. All right, guys. So I think that might cover everything then. So I'm going to switch it back to my mug. All right, so I'm reading your questions. How many trades do you send your subscribers per month? Well, I don't want to get locked down on a certain number there, because I only want to make a trade when I see the opportunity, when I feel the opportunity is good enough. But like lately, it's been, like this week, it's been, in the last 4 days, 4 or 5 days, there's been 2 trades so far. So that's fairly active. Some weeks I don't make any trades. I just, you know, send out an update on the coins that we're holding, say, hey, this is what's going on, you know, just kind of sitting tight for now. So if you're looking for something, like I had one guy that joined when I first opened the service, and you know, he was upset that he had double his money in like 3 days or something. Like, huh? You know, so I don't want any crazy expectations there. This isn't day trading or anything like that. So this is designed with, you know, the working man or woman in mind. Or maybe you make a trade here or there, a swing trade here or there, and, you know, watch it grow. All right, guys. So, guys, mash that big continue button underneath the webinar and underneath the video, underneath me, and that'll take you to the secure order form. Again, probably around Christmas, you're not going to be able to get a lifetime offer anymore, or lifetime membership. So probably be about probably about $1,000, and you only be able to get a year for $1,000. So as a, you know, introductory offer to my amazingly new, popular, and successful crypto trader service, you guys can get a lifetime membership for $497. Actually, January is 10 years of being in business for me. Pretty cool, huh? So, any other questions? Couple. Is this offer open till end of this week? Yes. Adam says, thanks, have a good night. You too. You guys want me to show you GDAX real quick? If you guys want me to show you GDAX, I will. I'll screen share my GDAX account with you. All right, guys, I'll just give you a couple minutes here. If someone wants to see the inside of my GDAX account, see what it looks like as the crypto markets are trading live, I'll show you. If not, nobody's interested, then we'll just wrap up. Everybody go to sleep? Not that late, guys. Come on. Okay, so Prem says he wants to see my GDAX account. Okay. Okay, there it is. All right, so several of you saying you want to see it now. All right, so let me explain. Let me do some splaining. Let me do some splaining here. So this here is this is GDAX, and again, this is Coinbase sister site. So when you log in, get your account set up, you look to the left here and hover over this, and you can go on Bitcoin and see any kind of chart you want. So you can go daily chart. You can't zoom out or anything, but you can go daily, 6 hour. I usually go between the daily and the 1 hour chart. And then if I really want to zoom in, I'll go to the 5-minute chart. All right. And then I'll go to show you Ethereum, which is having a big day. Started the day at 5:15. It's at 670 right now. Might be $900 when we wake up tomorrow. And then Litecoin. So you can see the huge move. This is where I bought it. Show you my fills here. So I bought it at 99 6 days ago, and then I added 25 more here 4 days ago, 130. So I'm pretty happy about that. And that was all alerted to my subscribers, guys. Okay, including this Ethereum trade from today. Here's my fills. Here's my fill on Ethereum. I'll show you my fill. As soon as it wants to load. Okay, it doesn't want to load. Try it again. All right, Ethereum doesn't want to load, but basically, I bought it today at 620, and it's at 670 right now, so pretty cool. Massive, I mean massive, snorting, mad, raging bull market. Okay. So my orders are still loading. Anyways, So I got in today at, see, it's taking forever to load because I got Ethereum selected, but it's got the Bitcoin chart up. So anyways, that's pretty much how it works. So if I want to place a buy order in GDAX for Ethereum, I can use a market or a limit. I can use it if I put like a limit order in, $1 underneath the current price, then I can, if it gets filled, I won't even have to pay anything for that. So no trading commission. If I use a market order though, I will have to pay a commission. All right, and then of course you got the stop loss. So, and then of course you got Bittrex. I'm not going to go through Bittrex right now, but this shows you, GDAX and then Coinbase. Coinbase right here. You can see it's, really newbie friendly. I just want to buy, I just click buy right here, and it takes you to the next screen, and everything's very self-explanatory. Okay. For that Litecoin, just a mere 192%. Pretty amazing. All right, guys. All right, any other questions? You guys can mash that continue button, and you'll immediately be added to the members list, where you'll get an email that gives you instructions on how to log in. You can see all previous trade alerts, updates, plus the bonus trading videos. So even if you're a complete newbie, you'll be able to get up and running before you go to bed tonight, if you so desire, if you're motivated enough. But my goal is to make it as simple as possible as I possibly can for you, and I think I do a good job of that. And switch around on myself one last time. And Coinbase fees are higher than GDAX. I don't know. It depends on the size of the trade, Like if you're buying a certain amount of Bitcoin or Ethereum or Litecoin, it's going to be more than if you're just buying a small amount. I don't know how they compute them and everything, but all I can tell you is that GDAX fees are lower, if not free, depending on how you place the order. All right, and I have training videos in the members area for all of that. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. It's after 9 o'clock. I'll let you guys get to bed and think this over. And again, just to leave you with a little put a bee in your bonnet, that this lifetime offer is not going to last that long. So if you guys want to join in January, pay $9.97 for a year. I think I can make it worth your while. But if you want to save $500 and not miss out on the rest of the trades they're going to have for the rest of this month, then you should probably buy it right now. All right, I say that with all sincerity too. Okay, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sign off then, and thank you for joining me on this webinar tonight. And you can shoot me an email at matt@microcapmillionaires.com with an email if you have any questions. Okay, and I will get back to you tomorrow. Okay, all right, everybody have a good night, and hope to see you in the members area, and hope to see you making some money with cryptos soon.